A very good morning. It's Mark here. It is Monday, March the 17th, 7:45 Eastern Time here in Toronto, 11:45 GMT, London time. Let's see how we stand going into the new week. The US dollar index, as always, our starting point. And to start the week, continuation of what we have been seeing and what we saw Friday, downtrend still in place. Bit of a sell-off already to start the day. Support 103.08, resistance 103.45. Let's just zoom in onto the hourly. There you can see the range that we are sitting in. There's the 103.45, 103.09. Little bounce up now in this past hour, and that as the US session is about to get underway, let's see if the selling pressure continues, the US dollar sell-off continues, and we get a break below the support, alternatively a bounce up of the support area. And let's see if buyers do step into the picture. But as we saw, and I did in my weekly review yesterday, downtrend on the US dollar, lack of demand, certainly for US dollar at this stage, and sentiment, certainly negative for the US dollar. Let's see as the US session gets underway if that can change. S&P 500, certainly strong downtrend last week. Let me first start off on the daily. Strong downtrend last week, a big fight back on Friday, and Friday saw resistance all the way at 5,700. A gap up to start the week, you can see that. Sorry, a gap lower to start the week. There was the close, a gap lower to start the week, but already sitting at Friday's resistance, 5,682. Buyers will be looking for 5,700. Let's see if this bounce from Friday can continue once the US session gets underway. Bear in mind, Wall Street will be opening. It is 7:45 right now, so almost 2 hours, one and three quarter hours. Wall Street will be opening, and we'll see the lead that the US stock markets take from there. But certainly downtrend very much in place, other than the bounce back that we saw on Friday. Let's have a look at commodities. And there gold is. We had a little bit of a sell-off on Friday after the record high we saw at $3,005. Expected some profit taking and natural retracement, overbought conditions, but certainly demand still is there. And we can see in today's session, the start of the week, there is demand even at these high prices. And again, gold testing the 3,000 level. Let's zoom in on the hourly. There you can see the range. I think what is helpful to us is the intraday support established at 2,982, and the way it has bounced off that support. If it does come down, that's certainly the support level we'll be looking at, and an opportunity perhaps for buyers to enter this bull market. But testing 3,000 right now, strong demand for gold's safe haven status, and the record set at $3,005. Would not be surprised to see that challenged again. Let's have a look at Brent oil. On the daily, strong downtrend on the daily. A fight back up off support, which managed on the weekly to show us a little bit of a bounce and a green candle for the weekly. There you can see it reflected. That's last week's reversal, last week's bounce up off the support level at $68.64, and significantly a gap up to start the week, sitting right now at $71.54, and above that all important $70, which is a pivotal level. We have seen that. Whether it's supply concerns, geopolitical concerns, as opposed to talk of a recession and lack of demand, particularly from the US, that's kind of the trade-off we're seeing right now. But for now, we are seeing demand for oil. That's why we see this gap up. Possibly that is based on supply concerns from the oil-producing countries, but looking to test right now the resistance at 71.73, and it looks like the reversal has got some legs. Before it was trading last week a whole leg lower, you can see that, and now more back up to the leg that it was, looking at between 70.92, let's call it $71, and looking possibly to test $72. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting in that tight range, $82,000 on the downside, and 83.8, roughly I would call it a $1,500 range we're sitting in right now. You can see moving averages, the leading indicator above the lagging EMAs have crossed to the upside for the last few days, but very much flat, and neither side really able to set a direction in either way, to set a new trend in either way. It's leveled off between 80,000 and 85,000. If you look at the big picture, I still have my downtrend in place. I have my descending trend line in place. Ideally, what I'd like to see is to come up and test around the high 80s, 90,000, and look for an sell trade off there. If I zoom in on the hourly, there's the range that we're sitting in right now, bouncing up off support at 82,000, and perhaps selling off resistance, a push down at around this 83,500. Not much at this stage. If anything, for me, the bias is still down. Good trading. I will see you at the end of the session.